Thomas Tuchel has warned Harry Maguire he is still behind several rivals in the England pecking order and may need injuries to others before he goes to the World Cup. At the same time, the Three Lions boss appears to have given John Stones an exemption card and will take him to North America even if he remains on the bench at Manchester City. Maguire was man of the match during Friday's 1-1 draw with Uruguay at Wembley and had looked to have played his way into the World Cup squad, especially given his recent form for Manchester United. However, Tuchel has listed 4 centre-backs ahead of the 33-year-old in his thinking, and there is also Dan Burn who he did not mention, seemingly making Maguire his 6th choice in the position. "I haven't changed my mind on Maguire, but I see other players I like to start for us. I see other players ahead with a different profile," said Tuchel. "I see Ezri Konsa ahead. I see Mark Guéhi ahead. It's no secret. I see Trevor Chalobah, on the level of mobility, was slightly ahead of him. Also John Stones, but he had injuries so Maguire, needed to come in camp. I needed to meet him in person to see how he acts within the group. It will be interesting now to see how he acts within the group. He will stay with us. He has an asset that can also be super important in a tournament, in knockout football, in defending a lead and chasing a game with crosses and long throw-ins and set pieces. I got exactly what I thought, against Uruguay. Solid central defender play. That's what he does. Very good on the ball, very calm, strong in the air and the weapon for set pieces." Tuchel was asked if Maguire would make his World Cup squad were he to name it tomorrow. "If I have to name it tomorrow, we have a lot of injuries, he could be in it," he said. "Who else would be there in the center of defense? But if everyone was fit?" If, said Tuchel. "We don't need to name the squad tomorrow. He did a good game. He did what he does for Man United. He did it straight away. I am very happy with him. To be honest, I haven't changed my mind. I got everything I expected from him." Meanwhile, Stones looks set to travel to the United States if he can prove his fitness, regardless of his selection at City. The 31-year-old is nursing a calf problem and stayed on the bench against Uruguay. He has not started a Premier League game since October and last featured in the top flight on December 2nd. But Tuchel said, "If you come to the World Cup you should be fit." So when he came into this camp, he was fit. He did not have a lot of minutes, but he has a level of game understanding. I knew that he was ready to play because he played in the FA Cup and Champions League. So the exception of the rule meaning that he does not start a lot. I can see that because I am a big fan and I know what he brings to the team in terms of personality, attitude and quality game understanding." The German added, "He's obviously very upset at being injured, and at the moment he gets my full support because it helps him more than putting more pressure. He was ready to play for City in the last weeks. He played in the Champions League and he played in the FA Cup, but he was not used in the league. But he played enough for me to be important for us. He was so strong in training again, like every time I see him. I think he's a world-class player. But he felt again, the calf. We were then very careful and said we don't take any risk. We did a reintegration and he felt it again in the last training. So no risk at the moment. But he has a lot of credit in the bank with me. So let's hope that he gets fit, because it's most important that he finds his confidence."